Okay, hello Scorpios. What you are seeing is your 2019 yearly reading for love and relationships. And so, this is a new format. Obviously, I'm speeding up through the cards. If you want to slow down or pause your YouTube to see the cards in detail, you can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to pause it right here. Okay. So, yeah, you get to see me, see my face while I explain all the things going on for you in love for the next year, the entire year. I also have my notes that I will be reading as I explain the cards. So, compared to my previous yearly readings, this is not going to take as long. And, you know, hopefully this will be less academic and more straightforward for you. So let me explain the spread. You should be seeing a cursor, an arrow here. So there are 3 rows of 7. So this first row of 7 is January through April. And then this next row is May through August, middle of the year. And then this last row is obviously the ending of the year, from September through December. So all of these cards basically tell a story from beginning, starting here, and that is the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and then we end up with a 9 of Swords at the end of the year. Obviously this doesn't sound good, but just a word of caution. Don't look at these spreads to see, will I be happy in 2019 or not? Or will my year in love suck? Don't come to the tarot for permission to be happy. Be happy no matter what. Life is never about all happiness and no obstacles or problems. Life always has a balance of good and bad. So I will explain the cards and the dominant energies and all that good stuff. But please try to be optimistic and don't come away from this reading thinking, oh, I might as well give up on love. No, that's not the attitude you want to have with tarot. And my tarot is supposed to be empowering. I'm trying to give you the big picture that helps explain why certain things are happening in your life. Okay? So the first thing I want to point out is the root card, the card that tells me what will this whole year be about. And so you're looking in the middle card. This card is in the middle row and in the middle column. Okay, and that's the Ace of Swords. Swords represent air. You are a water sign. So you do seem to have some swords, not a lot, but you do have that 3 of Swords here. And then for some reason near the end of the year, the swords are definitely dominating. You have a 7 of Swords here, 6 of Swords reversed, 9 of Swords. So there's a lot going on. Whenever you see swords or air, we're talking about thinking and judging and perceiving reality. So the Ace of Swords is about clarity and truth. Aces are also new beginnings. So this whole year for you, next year 2019, it's going to be about changing perspectives, seeing the truth of things, having clarity, okay? And that's always a good thing. All right, so the other thing I want to look at is your major arcana. And it's interesting. I'm looking at this, and you do have 1, that's karma. And so karma is a very strong card because it's about your destiny. Karma addresses the decisions that we make, the decisions that put us on our destiny or life path, that determine our life path. And it's not just so much about what goes around comes around, but it's about how everything that we decide, every move we make has a domino effect. And so when things come back around and we're like, well, why in the hell did this happen? It's because of decisions that set in motion other actions, other decisions. And obviously, our decisions do not happen in a vacuum because other people, other partners, they also make their own decisions. And so the decisions that we make in our lives always set us on a new path or new direction or knocks down a different domino in our lives. Okay? So karma brings change. It brings us, it's those dominoes falling. And they have a residual effect on the things that happen to us. Okay? So that's in the first part of your year, from January through April. Then, as you head into the second row here, you have the Chariot next to the Star. And so, hope. The Star is a positive card about hope and looking forward to something positive in the future. And the Chariot is about overcoming those obstacles as well. So we have this, both cards are about optimism and hanging in there and hoping for good things here. And so the Chariot and the Star together, they're a good combination. And you need to have that energy because then you have the Hangman. So in the middle of the year, things get a little bit intense because the Hangman, it's about emotional strength. It's about going through a very difficult time and seeing the bigger picture of why this is happening to you. So the bigger impression that I'm getting from the first two rows as far as love are decisions, big events, big things that change your life path that you didn't expect to change, but you're still going to remain optimistic and happy, even though emotionally with the Hangman, you're not sure why it's happening. Okay, and that's it for the middle row. So the strongest major arcana card seems to be this 3-card cluster. That you're emotionally confused, you're a little bit like, what's going on here with this person? But the Chariot and the Star are sort of like, there's still hope. I'm going to hang in there. Pun intended, as I look at the Hangman. So as we head into the ending of the year, heading towards September and October, heading into the fall, you do have one major arcana card. That is the Sun. And the Sun is always a great card to have no matter where it is. It's such a strong card. The Sun is actually a complement to the Ace of Swords in the middle of your spread because the Sun is not only about light, but the Sun is optimistic. You see that young boy on the horse. And horses are also an important theme for you. You do have the Chariots here. The dark horse represents the subconscious, the white horse represents the consciousness. And then you have the Sun, the consciousness, the positivity. You can see things for what they are. The Sun brings everything into light. And so even if the rest of your cards don't seem that great, like that 3 of Swords or 9 of Swords, the Sun is a guarantee that everything is going to end up okay. You have nothing to worry about. So that's your major arcana. So this is about you mentally, just still remaining positive, remaining optimistic, even though there are issues and obstacles throughout the relationship. Now, yeah, the center card, my notes, what the hell is going on? What's going on with my partner? That's what the Ace of Swords seems to be saying. When we head into this first row, I'm going to explain the beginning in more detail. There's not a lot of water, except that 4 of Cups, and it follows karma, okay? And I'm noticing that, yes, the fallout emotionally from karma is that there's an event that that you're like, what the hell is going on? I'm going back to that theme here. But it just feels as if whatever happened with this karma card, the decision of your partner, I feel like this is your love interest or partner's karma. And I think it has a lot to do with some of these pentacles, because the Five of Pentacles is definitely, when it's reversed, pentacles are slow, but the Five of Pentacles is usually the card associated with poverty and having, being afraid of not, of being abandoned and not having money and not having your needs met. So it's important that you look at what's happening here as we get to karma, because then you have this king and queen, this king of wands and this queen of pentacles next to each other. And they're, the king wands represents fire, the pentacles obviously represent earth. So I'm like, well, what's going on between these two? Because what happens after the king and queen get together, you do have heartbreak with the Three of Swords. And you have this Knight of Swords, which I feel is more of the person of interest here, not the king or the queen, but it's this Knight of Swords heading right into the Three of Swords. And I don't know why necessarily, except that I just get the feeling that the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles are two competing energies. One person is on fire who wants to take it fast, and the Queen of Pentacles is more solid, dependable. She's the faithful housewife. She keeps things in the household, the physical world, under control. And then you have this dominant king. Kings are active, queens are passive, like, I want my way, And so it seems like someone really rushed into the relationship or made a hasty decision, overriding the practical inner energy of this Queen of Pentacles. And so there must have been a clash, because these pentacles related to the Queen of Pentacles sort of tells me that there's not enough grounding, there's not enough stability, these Five of Pentacles reversed. So we get a little bit of disappointment and disagreements, because that's what the Knight of Swords does. He goes into battle to tackle petty disagreements, lies, deception. And because of this, that is when you get sort of like emotionally distant, like, I don't have time for this. So after the big fallout with karma, yes, emotionally you're very detached. You're like, I can't be bothered. Wands play a big role here. As far as not only the first, there's only one wand, King of Wands, but here you definitely see more of these wands play out with the pentacles as well. And wands and pentacles seem to be facing off in every single row here, especially here. So we don't get a lot of water, but we do seem to get, you have a Seven of Cups here. You don't have a lot of water except for the water that's being balanced here with the star, that emotionally you still have hope for this relationship. You still want to remain optimistic. But it seems like these wands and pentacles are really facing off here. So when I get here to the middle row, move on for something better. I actually have that, the Chariot and Star and Hangman. But then when I see these wands, my notes say, look who's creeping back. And so that brings us to the Seven of Pentacles. So 10 of Wands versus a 3 of Wands. I'm getting the sense this energy coming from the King follows in the second row here. Whoever this person or love interest is, it feels as if, the 10 is the number of completion, new beginnings. Like, let me just come back and see if this Scorpio will take me back. And 3 of Wands is the card of expectations, success, planning a future. And once again, it's countered by the Pentacles, because the Pentacles slow things down. But I kind of see this person trying to come back into your life, back and forth, and you're still kept waiting. So these pentacles are kind of giving me an idea of the relationship is how the relationship is working out. You know, abandonment, lack of responsibility here with the Five of Pentacles reversed, waiting with the Seven of Pentacles, which brings us to this last row here. And then another thing, 7, 7. Oh, that's right. My notes say 3 sevens. I've already explained the sun, but it's a pity that you're not playing a slot machine because you have that 7. You have all the sevens. You have a 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Now, the number 7 is important because the number 7 is about thinking through strategy, coming up with new ideas, revising, revisiting, okay? And so that's another part of it where this Ace of Swords is telling me this is about getting clarity, but these sevens are also telling me that you're getting through that clarity with all the hope and optimism. You're also trying to work things out, think things through. So you have 4 sevens. You hit the jackpot. But then you have that Page of Pentacles here right in the middle with all these sevens. And this is a card of problem solving and doing research. So like I said, you have every reason to feel positive and optimistic because it feels as if you're working through the relationship in spite of all the emotional confusion, and you're getting more confident and you're sorting things out. So you're going to be in this state of flux where nothing is quite settled yet by the end of the year. So 6 of Swords is reversed. This is the card of traveling and healing. And I'm feeling this out as just things are just not resolved by the end of the year. And then you have a 9 of Swords, which is the card of drama or energy vampires, someone sucking all the life out of you. So yeah, that's where I'm getting this theme of what the hell is going on, or what fresh hell is this? A person or a relationship issue that just that always seems to linger but never gets resolved. And so near the end of the year, heading from August into September all the way to December, these sevens are going to be you in particular getting a bigger picture. That Ace of Swords is going to help you out. So yes, it does look kind of painful, this spread, but really what it's all about for you, Scorpio, is being able to see the truth of a relationship and what's really going on, and just getting a sense of what's going to be my next move. But near the end of the year, you're not going to feel so confident because it'll feel like no progress is being made and you're worrying more than you're able to be happy. And so if I had any overall thoughts to leave you with, you will come out of this confusion, this heartache, this pain. You're going to get to a point to where this is what I need to do in this relationship. You're going to know whether it really is time to move on or stay. And I feel like the universe with this Ace of Swords is going to come through for you and show you exactly what it is you need to do and where you need to go. Okay? So that was your reading. A big shout out to all of my supporters, my subscribers, my clients. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I will see you in 2019. January readings are coming up this weekend, so take care. And as always, I wish you love and light.